Your relationships often reflect beliefs you didn't even consciously choose. So, how are they chosen? Unconsciously. Your unconscious mind chose these beliefs. Let's take a look at this. So, let's look at your early conditioning. So, when we're young, who are we affected by? We're affected by our immediate family. Maybe your mom and dad, if you had both, and siblings if you had them, and other relatives, but also by friends, more and more by media, all types of media. All these things are coming at us, and they start affecting our early conditioning about what relationships look like. We might look at our parents to see how one treats your romantic partner. Well, you always do this if you want attention, you do that. And so you kind of look and see, well, what do they do? Do they come forward and give attention? Do they back off and withdraw and allow the other person to come forward? So maybe you're putting these things together at an unconscious level. For you, it's just how the world is, right? Just like speaking your language is unconscious, you just unconsciously learn English or Japanese or German or fill in the blank, right? Whatever your language is, that's just obviously how people speak. It's the same thing here. It's just obvious to you how relationships work. That's what you're learning at an unconscious level. So let's say you're a young kid, and whatever age that you were starting to be attracted to girls, we're talking about that, and you have this girl that you're really attracted to, and you go up to her and you approach her, and maybe she does anything. She looks at you in a way that you interpret as bad. Maybe she runs away and you think, oh, she doesn't like me. She's maybe scared, or she really likes you, but you don't know. Or she says anything to you. You hear what she says and you probably project and internalize all these other things into that. That becomes a part of your unconscious. And I often do unconscious down here because let's think of this as the part of the iceberg above the surface, your conscious logical mind. But we're talking about the unconscious mind, which is also the body, which is why I point down here. That's the deeper stuff that we not only believe in an intellectual way, but even more so in a physical way. So you have these responses, these experiences with girls, and then eventually in your teens and your 20s and whatever, with women that become internalized. Like they maybe you're thinking they don't find me attractive, or I'm too short, or they don't like a certain ethnicity that I am, or some sort of physical feature that you have, or I don't make enough money, or maybe I make too much money, or whatever it is, or I'm not going to be sexually, good in bed, right? I'm not going to be, or sexually good out of bed, or I don't know what you're doing, but you're projecting these things onto the people you meet from your unconscious mind. These beliefs that started often in our childhood from many sources become our behavior. They determine how we act, how we react, both with maybe the mind going blank, with the skin becoming flushed with moving around and fidgeting, avoiding situations, maybe then not dating or not dating certain people. Maybe you don't date certain people that you really find attractive, so you sort of limit that to date women that you find maybe not as attractive, but more approachable and easier to get along with, or whatever. So you're limiting at unconscious levels. The key here is to change those beliefs and then therefore your behaviors physiologically and consciously and action-wise at an unconscious level. Because if these beliefs and behaviors are programmed into your unconscious mind, and which is also your body, you will do them unless you address it.